LifeSpeak podcast sponsored by Chaffin Real Estate Services. Looking to make your next move? You're in the right place. Welcome to LifeSpeaks, the podcast that dives deep into real stories, big ideas, and life-changing insights. This episode is proudly brought to you by Chaffin Real Estate Services, ready to find your dream home or maximize your rental income. Visit chaffinrealestate.com or call 775-575-5000 today.
This is LifeSpeaks. I'm Lee Anne Chaffin, and we are continuing our story in the next episode with Stephanie and Sean Teeter. I want to thank you guys again for being here and sharing your story about the loss of your home in Davis Creek fire. We were just talking about helpful donations and non-helpful donations, and I was thinking, because I got the phone call, or whatever, the text phone call, and I said, well, how can I help? And Jen said, they need this, this, and this, and that's what I tried to bring you. I can't even remember what it was now.
No, it was good. It was,
I think I brought you some bread for sure, because I made some sourdough bread.
Yes. Yeah, I was so happy. I was like, I just, I can eat. I can sit and eat, and I cannot think.
Well, sourdough bread and butter is probably the best healing things. I know. So you had things that you found surprising, good and bad in this situation. So, what was it that you found most surprising, good or bad?
I think for me, that I think Sean said it before, that we just didn't have fear. We always had the sense of hope. It was just this, okay, how do we move forward? And it was never, we go through surprising phases where I go to find that little candle or bar of soap or something that I know that I picked up and I tucked away in the basement pantry. And I will go searching for it in my sister's house. And I'm like, no. And I'll go through tubs and I'll tear through the closet. And it'll take us a half a minute and go, that wasn't here. That was at the house. Or do you remember that pair of pants I had that was like this? And Sean's like, the one that burned up in the fire. And I'm like, oh, never too soon for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But really, the amount of people that showed up the day they lifted the hold, our contractor met us at the house. The insurance adjuster had met us at the house. I swear half the fire department came to meet us at the house.
What day was that?
It was a week. It was 1 week after. So it was that Friday.
Yeah. So that it was 5 days. Yeah, so it had to be Friday.
It had to have been that Friday. So 12th or the 13th. But they met us all there. And we had seen the pictures. Our neighbor had sent us the pictures. And I thought I was fully prepared. When we drove down to that, you can't.
You can't.
I drove and everything's
just
familiar.
Looking at the pictures that, I don't know. It's too much. It's a trauma.
It looked like the moon. We couldn't recognize it. It was so hot and burned for so long. There's barely stubs of sagebrush left. It's just ash and Slide Mountain rock. And so knowing we had 38 trees in our orchard that were mass producing peaches and apples, and it was gone, and our barn was gone, and our tractor and sheds were gone, and all that hard work, just completely gone. But we got to the point where we giggled. We're walking the road we were working on that morning, and we're like, well, at least there's no sagebrush to dig out anymore. It's just rocks to move, so this might be easier. But the battalion chief, I think he was an acting battalion chief at the time, met us there at the property and had said we were probably the last couple.
We were the last house.
We were the last house that he had come to. Everybody else had been able to get in and see the damage. But we were the only family that thanked him for
Are you kidding?
his hard work.
That
Everybody
shocked
else
us.
took out their anger and took out their...
Are you kidding me?
No. But, I think he took it so personal that they lost those houses. That's his area. That's,
And it's Truckee Meadows Fire.
Truckee Meadows Fire, yeah.
We just want to thank you
Yes.
right now, Chief Battalion,
Yeah.
for all your hard work and all the fires we've had this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean-
there was 13 homes that were lost in that
Right.
fire. The way that wind was blowing, it should have been 300 homes.
Yeah,
Those guys did an
To
amazing
keep
job.
it out of
Out of St. James Village,
yes,
Galena
Callahan,
Forest,
Mhm.
Callahan Ranch. I mean,
Yes.
they stopped
That
it at
fire was
Chocolate
burning.
Nugget. That was nuts. It didn't cross
Yeah.
the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have no ill will towards Truckee Meadow Fire. They did an
Yeah.
amazing job.
Yeah.
And all the people that they brought in to help. And it was, and that's what, like
Yeah.
Stephanie said, one of the things that just shocked us the most was that we were the first ones that thanked them. Because
Yeah.
those guys worked for 7 days straight.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't quit that whole time.
Wow.
Well, and driving back to the house, you can see the lines they cut. Like they saved. We are to the south and a little bit east of St. James Village. And so you can see the line they cut to protect. And I know there was houses in there that had heavy smoke damage, and one of them, I think, embers got in through the chimney and burned
Right.
the entire inside. But that whole village, you can't even tell that there was fire damage that went through there, minus the black trees.
Well, what's interesting, just a little scientific fact, because of the electric vehicles now that we have, when they burn, and homes can be untouched, it looks like they're untouched, but because of the metals in those batteries, those homes have to be rebuilt also.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy.
it is. I mean, we think that we're saving the world with the EVs. We're really not. So, hopefully we'll figure that one out. So, where are you and your family now?
So we've been living with her older sister Jennifer since the fire.
Beautiful home.
They have a
Lovely,
beautiful home.
lovely family.
We called it the mansion before we moved in. We we still call it the mansion.
And the pool.
With the pool, yeah. So my daughters have nothing to complain about.
Yes.
Other than they lost all their stuff, they live in a beautiful house with a pool that they can swim in anytime they want.
Yeah.
2 sets of parents.
Yeah, 2 sets
Yeah.
of parents.
And so you're building a pool in your new home?
No,
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
no
not
pool in
unless
our
we're
house.
inviting the bears
Yeah,
down the
yeah, that
mountain.
would be a
Oh,
bear
geez,
pond.
that would not be good.
But yeah, so we should say thank you to our insurance company. Believe it or not, nobody would ever say that. But our insurance adjuster met us on site. We had a check cut within, I think,
It was
3
a
days.
From seeing her. She
yeah.
had it
Wow.
already started the process rolling. They've been amazing.
They've been amazing all the way through.
Fantastic.
We had a contractor and an architect.
Yep.
Jimmy, our contractor, met us on site with the fire department and
Yes.
everybody else. He walked around the property with the insurance adjuster and talked through everything. Really took it completely out of our hands.
Yeah, because we were.
And all
like,
the
no.
outbuildings in the barn, they're going to cover those
That's
too?
all
Everything was
covered under
covered.
our policy.
Yeah.
We have landscaping
Thank you, God.
covered, fencing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of riders that were on that policy, you don't know what you're signing up for
Right.
with insurance.
It's true.
When we moved into the house, we said this is the area we're in.
We know fire is a
We know fire
possibility.
could be a possibility. Just make sure that we're covered. And then I just responded when they would reach out and be like, hey, time to do an assessment on the house. Has anything changed? Because we were constantly remodeling. We had torn out carpet. We had put in hard floors. We had done all of these improvements. And so we just stayed up to date on it.
That was so smart, though. Most people don't even pick up the phone to call their insurance company.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, there's some nightmare stories in Palisades of people bought homes at $30,000 and now they're worth $1.5 million, and they're only insured for like $300,000.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
thank
important to keep
God.
that
Thank
policy
God,
up
yeah.
to date. Yeah.
So that's a little plug for the insurance policies here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So-
yeah, so we have the house is under construction.
And we
Washoe
have some
County.
pictures of that. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
it's we had some I don't know if it's vandals. We had some people that came up to the property after the fire that were looking for things, and so we put up a game camera to just kind of keep an eye on things. Turns out that game camera is great for keeping an eye on the progress of your house.
Yeah.
So we
Oh,
get to see every day what's happening.
Our
at the
contractor's
house.
amazing. And I'm just like, hey, just so you know, we're not stalking you. We're stalking the progress. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a game we play all week. I'm like, oh, they have trusses up. Did you see the trusses? Oh, they're sheeting. And then we get there Saturday and we just do a Saturday walkthrough with the girls
Wow.
as part of a healing process for them and for us and the excitement of it all. But and compare what we saw on, because it's a fixed camera, to actually being inside the house and seeing it for real life. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So design-wise, I'm going to just plug that in there. What did you do? Did you do open concept? Did you do
Yes.
similar to what you had before? No.
No,
So-
the only thing that's similar is kind of the
The
footprint.
footprint mostly.
It was a retired couple's home. We are the second owners of the original house, and it was their retirement plan, and it was a ranch house on top of a mountain, and we didn't ever understand it. It was a fish out of water, and so it didn't ever look like it should, and it was a long ranch style home with a laundry room and a front door, and so you couldn't tell what the front door was, and it was, even though it was built in the 80s, they had their dream home built in the 60s. So it was very boxy and very formal. Formal this room, formal that room, itty bitty this. And being a chef, the kitchen was...
No pantry.
It was big
no
for there was no pantry.
Yeah.
It was big for a 60s house. It was tiny for a modern kitchen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when Chris, our architect, sent over the initial plans, he gave us a normal sized kitchen, and I giggled. And I'm like, I needed to see it on paper to understand what I didn't like. And so I took probably the first third of the house, and I'm like, this is my kitchen. And I extended that into a dining room. And then we have a big 8x4 center island that separates the kitchen
I'm in
from...
love with it already.
Done.
You got me at island.
Separates that from the great room and the big fireplace. And so we're there.
Can't
And then
wait
we
to see it.
vaulted the ceilings. I said, I need some character to my history.
So we
to
had
my house. It's
the
a
old
mountain
house had 8-foot ceilings in the upstairs.
upstairs, yeah.
And the downstairs was probably 7.5
Yeah.
foot.
Hit your
Mostly
head.
unfinished basement. The full length of the house was basement, but it was mostly unfinished. So the new house, we put 9-foot ceilings in the basement, 9-foot ceilings in the first floor with vaulted ceiling in the great room.
We
That's gonna
moved
be
a staircase. They had a staircase between the garage and their old living room, and it was awkward, and it was just legal enough to hit code.
Yeah, just barely.
Just
met
barely.
code.
But it was tucked in, and so it really closed everything off. And Chris designed it where you come in the front door, and just to the right is this beautiful open staircase with, ceiling all the way up, window, so you have a light coming down into the basement.
Nice.
Well, and we have, I'll say it, we
Yes.
have the best view in northern Nevada.
We do.
Hands down, the best view in northern Nevada. We can see from our house in the backyard, you can see from the Galena Creek Bridge 270 degrees to Mount Rose. You see all of Washoe Valley and Washoe Lake.
Ski lifts,
and-
we can see the
and
lodge.
the old house, because of the way the windows sat, you couldn't really see that view. And so with this house, we have 13 foot at the peak with windows on that whole south-facing wall, so we can see all of Washoe Valley now.
So
and
are
it's
you
just
adding
huge.
square footage to the original plan then?
We did because we finished the basement.
Yeah, so we
And
added
we
a
pushed
couple
one
hundred
wall
square feet
out. Yeah.
on the top floor, but the
Okay.
basement was completely,
That's awesome.
mostly unfinished.
So it's 4 bedrooms or 5?
It's
It'll be 4
it's 4 bedrooms,
with a full
3
office, full rec
3
room.
full baths,
Nice.
2
I
half
love it.
baths,
Yes.
and then an office and a basement rec room.
And the ETA is going to be?
Looks like end of November,
Yeah.
We'll be back in the
we're
house.
shooting for
So-
December 1.
so 13 months, give or take.
Yeah.
From
Hopefully,
From fire to finish.
hopefully a Christmas.
hopefully Christmas. Yeah.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. So how are the kids doing today?
Today,
Today.
they're doing pretty good. It
Very
was
normal teen.
obviously it was tough.
Yeah.
Like we said, we adopted our girls 2018, so
2018
7 years
was the
ago.
official. Yeah.
So they've been through losing everything before. So the first couple days,
Are they sisters?
Yes.
They
Bio
are.
sisters.
10 months apart, yes.
The reason why I asked that because I was watching them when we were at the parade, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, they're sisters.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, they're definitely sisters.
Yeah. Whether they were, adopted separately or not, but
Right.
they were just like so sisters. It was
Yes.
it made me laugh because there's nothing like a sister, right?
Right.
And you can hate each other one minute and be laughing so hard the next. So it's just,
And
Yeah.
they're completely dependent upon each other, no
Oh, yeah.
matter what the argument may be. they have full-on meltdown if the other one's gone for any period of time. It's a dependency. But
So the first couple days was tough. It brought
Yeah.
back a lot of bad memories about losing everything. But it was actually an opportunity for them to learn that there's a difference when you have support
Parents.
and you have God in your life. Because by losing their home and everything they had, but they didn't lose anything that was important this
Right.
time. And so they were surrounded by love immediately. Not just from us, but from the whole
The
community.
community.
And then now, I mean, we homeschool our girls, and so partly because we live on the top of a mountain and it's tough to get to school sometimes, and partly because we want to be that close to them, and so there was very little interruption at school, which was good. They still have their church community, so they got all that support. They're living with their aunt and uncle with a pool, so
Yeah.
so that's great.
Could be worse.
I think you hit it. I think they got to learn some very important tools that a house and things don't define you. It's your relationships and your walk with Christ. That's what will pull you through, and that's what exists when you lose everything. And it's okay to laugh at the grief when there's no more grief to be felt, and you're tired of crying. It's okay to make jokes about it.
Right.
So we had a once we kind of got through the majority of the grief, we allowed the girls to kind of be funny. It was like, yeah, well, because my house burned down, and that became a really uncomfortable for everyone else, but hilarious for our little family.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was like, one of the girls got a hard time about wearing a sweatshirt for a school she didn't go to. And we're like, well, yeah, because her house burned down and someone gave it to her. And the kid kind of backed up. And I'm like, see, that's funny. That's just fun.
She's going to go on the road. That is so funny. I love that. I love that. It's amazing how kids are they go through trauma, but then they're resilient. I've dealt with some trauma in my own life, and sometimes God will stick it in a pocket so that you don't have to deal with it right then, and he'll open the pocket up later when he's ready to have you go through it, and it's a safe place. So I'm grateful that they had you guys. I mean, obviously they've gone through some really tragic things in their past that would be a whole nother podcast.
Correct.
I was thinking about I was sharing with you, my granddaughter has her own story, and these kids, they're working on their testimony right now.
Yes.
How old is the youngest?
My youngest is 14. She'll be 15 actually Saturday.
Wow.
And then my oldest will be 16 September 24th.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an age than the cars and the insurance, and I'm sorry.
More insurance calls.
Yeah, more insurance
I'm
calls.
getting good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're so blessed to have you, and wow. I mean, through such a loss. I mean, I was thinking just in the world we live in today, we're not used to being inconvenienced. And then we have people that we know personally that are live in other countries that have been bombed.
Right.
And I can't fathom that, and I'm empathetic, but I don't have true compassion because I don't know what that feels like. So you have true compassion now for someone who has lost their home. So if you were flipped and you were the people, now you've had that experience and you know somebody who has lost their home, what would be your first go-to for them?
I think you have to find a way to compartmentalize the things that are important. Like we called it putting it in the graveyard.
Yes.
Because there were things.
really good.
It's okay to cry about things.
Yeah. And material things. It's okay.
It's okay
to
that
cry
you love that
lost
stuff.
your
That's why you bought
favorite
it,
pair of shoes.
right?
Yeah.
It was important to you, and so it's okay to think about those things and go, you know what, I really liked that pneumatic drill that I had that I never got to use.
And spend a minute
and-
being sad
yeah.
about it. But then you have to put it in the graveyard.
And then you put it in the graveyard and move.
I like
move
that.
on.
And then you
Yeah,
move
so you
forward.
could help them
Yeah.
go through that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Boy.
the biggest help we had, not to lessen anything else that people did for us, besides Jen and Bill opened their home to us, but besides that, the biggest help we had was Matt and Amy just showed up, and they were just there. You know,
They weren't requesting anything
they did.
from
Yeah,
us.
they didn't
weren't,
need anything from
hey,
us.
what do you need? Hey, what do you want to do? We didn't have to make decisions.
They
were
just
just
said, "Hey, let's go.
physically present.
Let's go
and
dig through the ash
took
and
us
see what we can
places.
find.
Yeah.
Let's go to In-N-Out."
Yeah.
You know,
Well, in and out's very helpful.
It is extremely helpful.
Yeah. So the last question, well, so far, in the next few minutes as we close out, is what is on the horizon for your family and for you? I love the verse, Romans 8:28. I had cancer when I was 48 years old, and I got that verse 3 times in one day before I found out the results. It was the day of the Fernley flood.
Okay.
So, you know, God works all things together for good
Right.
for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. And you don't know what that verse means until you know what that verse means.
Right.
So
Right.
what does the future look like for you as far as, you know?
well, we have an amazing home on its way.
Right.
And I know that God gave us that home for a purpose.
Wow.
We're looking to maybe start a Christmas tree farm on the property.
Because the orchard's done.
The orchard's probably gone.
Yeah.
Unless the Christmas trees start producing peaches.
Correct. Correct.
Could happen. It's a miracle.
So I think the Christmas tree farm is an opportunity for us to use this property to tell a story. And I think, you know, just besides the fun of having Christmas trees all over
Right.
the place, you know.
I like that idea.
And I think we have an opportunity to host many different things at the house now because we have so much more space and we're not working on the house every single day now.
Right.
So, you know, I'd like to, you know, whether that's a home fellowship or what that is, I think there's a reason God built this house for us, and we're open to what that's going to be.
Well, and I think just our testimony of it. I think that has been important to us, that we all glory to God, because we joke in the hindsight, the further you get from it, you get to see the miracle of what he did. You know, he let us toil. He let us in our own strength move rocks and rewire the house and do all these things. And he's like, enough. You've worked enough.
Wow.
Let me at it. And he allowed that fire to come through. We got a seed mix from Forestry Service, and we purchased some from Comstock Seed down in Gardnerville. And the gentleman at Comstock was like, hey, we have all these beautiful mountainous wildflowers. You want me just to
I
add?
saw the pictures.
So, yeah, we've got poppies and Rocky Mountain bee plants and flowers that had been cleared out, I think, as they tried to originally landscape and put in, they're planting yuccas and they're planting lilacs and all these things that just don't belong where they're at. Now the native lupines and everything's coming back in because we spread the native seed and mix that in with the trees we're going to plant. And
They're just beautiful
I think
flowers.
yes. And we drive by now, even when we go, and it's like our section of the hill is just green versus everything around us is still brown and dead.
Wow.
And so
Isn't that fabulous?
amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah, your testimony really touches my heart because, you know, I think a life without an overcoming story is just really sad. You know, God, again, allows things in our life so that he will take it and work all of it for good.
Right.
And so whatever he does with your future home, you know, I mean, you'll know. I really believe you're mature enough to know, you know, and really all of it's for God's glory anyways, whatever he's given us, you know. And sometimes we like to hold on a little too tight and then he goes like this, you know, and pries our fingers off of the steering wheel. I've had a few broken fingers. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Sometimes you
They're
burn your
just
house down.
strange.
Yeah. Sometimes
They're
he
just
just burns
strange.
your house down. That's fine.
Nah, well, you know, it's it's hard to watch when people go through pain, but if you have somewhere in there that you can minister to them, maybe it's, you never know. You might be ministering to somebody who's lost their home. You might, or just had a loss. You already are, because you've got foster kids that have become your own children. I mean, that is a whole nother podcast, like I said. So what would you like to leave people with? We got a few minutes,
So they say, a lot of people like to say that God will never give you anything more than you can handle.
That's not in the Bible.
Which is not true. It's not true. God gives you exactly what he can handle, and he strengthens you through it. And I could not handle losing my house and everything I own. There's no way I could handle that. But we are completely at peace through this. Even as we were driving away, and that's, I think, that the most important thing that I can say, is I couldn't handle this, but God can certainly handle it. This is nothing for God, but he did it to bring something so amazing into our life afterward. And so, we've let loose of all our stuff, and now we know what's important, and what we're getting back is so much better.
Yeah.
So,
well, I just want to thank you guys for opening your heart, and see, I didn't cry and because I know the story. I don't know the experience. I haven't had that experience, but we all experience loss of some sort, so I can empathize with it. And I just want to thank you for being on this podcast. This is you're my second guest, and I'm really excited about that. God obviously knows what he's doing, because you went, boop. Here's your next one. So thank you, and for sharing, and we'll just, like you said, we're going to give God all the glory in the future, and I can't wait to see the house, and I'll bring over some fresh bread that day.
Love it.
You like
I'll take
chocolate
it.
chip, or you like just regular sourdough?
Yes.
Okay.
Bread check.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And
having
I
us.
just want to thank anybody who's viewing this. We will have links for Truckee Meadow preparedness. Is that what we would call it? Preparedness.
Yes.
And if you have a story that you would like to share with us, would love to have you on the podcast. Thank you.